Hi, in this video I want to show you how to use the NanoScope Analysis 1.8 software. So we just double click on the icon and the software will load up, and hopefully you'll have the data already sent to you, the raw data files from the AFM session. So just ignore this, and then we're going to open the software. So it's on the E drive here, and we're going to have our first image. Notice the extensions, triple zero, .001.000. That's the raw data AFM format. So we'll open up the first one, and that will be what our image looks like. Now you may not see nanofibers there, they are there, but the image it needs to be leveled, so it's too high up in this region and it's further down on the top right here. So this is typical with an AFM image, you get this tilt. So we remove this in one of two ways. One, if we just hover above that icon there is a plane fit, and this one here is flatten, and one of the two work better. So if I click on plane fit, execute, you can see we've got this kind of banding structure here, which is not right. So if we go undo, and then that takes us back to where we were, and then this flatten icon, a little bit like a paint roller, click on that and then execute, and that one's better. So we got our nanofibers raised above our background, so that's normal. Okay, the next thing we might want to do is to go on this 3D image icon. So click on this one, so it's the fifth one in from the left, click on that, and then we get our three-dimensional profile. First time we do it, it might have a black background like that, and so we normally change that back to white so that we're not going to get through lots of toner when we come to printing out these images. And we can move the image around with the left mouse button. You can see when I do that, the numbers and the image go outside of this image area. So if we were to save that using this export, we'll be chopping off these numbers, so that's not good. So we can rotate that round, get the angle we want, the orientation, and we can see that here, rotation and pitch. And then we can, so it doesn't truncate it here, we can use control and left mouse button, and that just zooms in or out, so we can get it just in the right space. If you use shift and left mouse button, you can also shift the image around like that, so it's nicely within the frame. And then we look at the image parameters, so we use TIFF or bitmap because that keeps the resolution. We set it to at least 300 dpi, and then everything else just leave as standard, and then we can just press export, and that gives us the same directory as where the raw data came from, and it just puts a .tiff on the end of that. So I click save on that. And then if I dig out that file, there it is there, double click on that, and that gives us our image file. It's got this height name down here. If you don't want that on there, normally it's not on there, and instead you can crop off this this scale bar here, the Z scale. You can crop that off and take off height using Paint or some similar software. I think you can get rid of height as well by just deselecting it on here. If you take off one of these parameters, show data type, and if you put no there, that will disappear. So that's basically how to get a simple three-dimensional image into TIFF format from the raw data file format. There are some other things which I'll show you in some other videos, but that's actually the basic one which should get you started. Okay, thanks for listening.